Yo, what's up, world? It's your boy Phil Cole here, and I'm gonna tell you a little story. This is probably this is gonna involve one of the best days of my life. This story will involve it. The day in which I got extremely excited was maybe top 3. It was amazing. I remember crying because I was so happy. There's only 3 times I remember crying from happiness in the past 6 years. Only 3 separate times. Now, this is how it all starts. Me and my friends were at my ex-girlfriend's house. Her name's Vera. You know, very sexy Ukrainian girl. I might do some videos with her in it just because, like, I have so many videos with her, but I gotta ask for her permission first because, you know, I don't know, she'd probably kill me. So we're at her house and we're watching 40-Year-Old Virgin. Now that movie's hilarious. I love that damn movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin. I watched that movie to this day. I laugh like it's the first time I saw it. That movie is hilarious. And as we were watching it, I remember seeing KAT Dennings. Now remember, some of you know, back then I was very goth. I was very, very, very goth. I was extremely goth. Like, well, when I mean I was very goth, I mean I wore a lot of black and I wore a bunch of spikes on my wrist, on my arm, my forearm. I wore spikes around my neck sometimes. I had different kind of bracelets. I wore heartograms and stuff. Like, and all of it was black or gray or red, you know, so just because of all the spikes and stuff I used to wear, and even a tie, a gothic tie, I looked very gothic to most people. And that was around the time, and in the movie, the main character's girlfriend had a daughter. And it was the actress KAT Dennings. And I remember seeing her, and I was just like, damn, you know, I was just like, the whole movie, ooh, she got cans, and she's cute, and she's goth, and I was just kind of crazy about her. I remember me being crazy about it. And as I was watching the movie, even though my girlfriend was there, but because all my friends were there, I had to say it. And I remember saying specifically, just like this, I said, in front of everybody, I said, you know, if I ever become an actor, because this is before I was doing acting, I said, if I ever become an actor, my goal one day is to work with and meet KAT Dennings. That is exactly what I said, specifically. This is probably the first time in my life in which I said something so specific that might have happened later, but I'll get to it. So I said, my goal is to meet and work with that woman, because I'd do anything to meet her. You know, that's how I felt at the time, because I was just very impressed by her. She's fucking sexy and all that shit, right? So I say that. Let's fast forward about a year and a half later. A year and a half after that. I'm going to do a movie, do background work as usual. That's what I usually do, background work. And which is still acting, because a nigga's a professional, so you can talk the background shit all you want, but I make that good background money. And I just, right after I joined the union, that means I'm a professional in the Screen Actors Guild. Like basically a certified actor, you know, for movies and television shows or whatever. And they called me in to do background work, and I remember as I got there, we're doing a club scene. It's supposed to be a club scene. And we were supposed to be drinking, dancing, whatever. Now, for some reason that day I wasn't really in the mood. I was not in a good mood that day at all. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to do anything special. You know, I just wanted to get my job done, make my money, and leave. You know, that's all I wanted to do. Get the job done, fill out my I-9, whatever, and get paid about 2 weeks later. That's all I wanted to do. So as I'm standing there, one guy walks up to me, he goes, what's your name? And I thought I did something bad because everyone was like in a group socializing, trying to make it look real, and I'm like kind of in a corner being Mr. On the Wall guy. And of course, I think I was one of the only black guys there. There's probably 2 other, but like 100 white guys, 3 black guys, and so white people. And so he comes and gets me. He's like, what's your name? I'm like, oh shit, my name's Phil. He's like, Phil what? I'm like, Phil Jones. He goes, okay, come with me. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting kicked out. I was positive I was getting kicked out because I wasn't doing anything. So then he brings me up to the director. Background almost never speak to the director. You're not supposed to. You're really not supposed to. When you're background, you're not supposed to speak to the director. But I guess they were in a rush and they really needed me to do this. So he spoke to me. This is the first time I spoke to a director while working. It's not supposed to happen. But it happened this time. And so as I'm there, he's like, okay, what's your name? Again, I'm like, I'm Phil. I didn't know he was directed till later. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm Phil, whatever. He's like, okay, we're going to need you to play this guy. We're going to need you to be this guy. And I'm like, okay, who is this? He's like, you're going to be one of Caroline's admirers. And I'm like, who's Caroline? He's like, the lady right here. And then there's a lady, blonde lady, her name's Caroline. I'm like, oh yeah, you look familiar. She also played the best friend in Sopranos. She was the best friend of the daughter in Sopranos. She was a blonde girl with like some mental issues or something like that. That's what she was. I was like, oh, kind of cool. And she's like, okay, you're going to be talking to Caroline and Caroline's friend. And I'm like, Caroline's friend? But who's Caroline's friend? I don't see her. And they're like, oh, she's on her way. And they're like, Kat, come here, please. And then KAT Dennings comes walking through the motherfucking crowd, and I see her. Walking towards me, she's like, hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. Now, I was in front of the director. I was in front of the actress Caroline, who played Caroline. I was in front of KAT Dennings. I was in front of a lot of people. And it was very quiet, because as we were talking, the director shut everybody up. So right now, that like split second after she goes, hi, I'm KAT Dennings, she has her hand out, I have to be mature, Philco. I have to be mature. I can't fuck it up by getting the hard on or something. I have to be mature. You know what I mean? I have to be very mature. And all I remember doing is saying, I'm Phil, and shaking her hand and then looking away. But if you could have, if like someone could have x-rayed me and saw how my heart was trying to really burst out my chest at that moment, you understand how I felt in that moment. So then we started discussing how to do the scene. I had to try my best not to look at her too much, not to smile. It was so hard to behave normally at that time, but I did it. I behaved normally. I was just so... And then we did the scene together. You can see it in the movie. The movie is Caroline Admirer. The movie is called Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. If you look it up on IMDb, you'll see me listed as Caroline's Admirer. And the movie, if you watch the movie, where would it be? It's like first half of the movie, definitely. And it's the scene where we're at a party. It's like first quarter of the movie, actually. We're like at a party where a band's playing, whatever. If you happen to see that scene, just watch it. You'll see me when the blonde girl is very drunk. She's very drunk, and then she meets three guys, whatever. It's me and two white dudes, you know, and we're talking to her, whatever. We're like flirting with her and whatnot. So you'll definitely see my big-ass bald head in the movie. And I got so stoked that after we filmed the scene, I went outside with her, and I had to make a video with her. Now, I know it's kind of weird how I just made the video with her like that at random, and I know it kind of shocked the hell out of her, but she knew who I was, and, you know, a lot of famous people just don't like cameras, but I had to do it. I was just so crazy about KAT Dennings. She just had no idea, and I know that's very unprofessional of me, but I knew I wouldn't get in trouble because the director knew me personally, so I took the risk. But I would never, if you're working on a movie as a background person, you never just pull out a camera and start filming this star while you're working, or even while you're having lunch. You never do that shit. Everyone knows that. But because we were doing the scene together and the director was speaking to both of us, I took the risk. And how is she in person? Well, she's very nice. She had a very old phone. Like when we were exchanging information, not phone numbers, but like Facebook or whatever we exchanged, her phone was very fucking old. I'm like, you do movies. Why'd your phone? Was like, you know, I don't have time. You know, I'm used to this. I'm used to that. And I'm like looking at her. I'm like, damn, this chick, she's packing up there. I mean, she got it. Damn. Damn. All right? That's all I have to say. I'm just like, Jesus. And so that's really all I have to say for this. If there's a way I can, if I do find the movie, because the internet here sucks, if I do find the movie on the internet somewhere, like on YouTube or some website, I will give you guys the time in which you can see me in the movie if you want to watch it, and I'll like leave it on the screen. But if not, I'm sorry, because where I'm at now, the internet sucks, so I don't really have high internet speed. And so that's really it, people, man. It was a great time. One of the best days of my life. KAT Dennings, if you're watching this, you're awesome, you're sexy. If you're single, call me. Money, let's do it. Later. Now, the reason I'm speaking over this clip is because the sound totally sucked balls when I made it. So, I'm going to just speak over it. This is, as I told you, it was on the set of Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. And here, and I have bad aim. This is like way before the days of front-facing cameras, so you could barely even see her face, but trust me, it's her, I ain't lying. And right now we're talking about her favorite kind of chips and why she likes them and all that crap. But yeah, you know, I was happy, and she said I was awesome, but you can't hear it because the sound sucks, but the rest of it, you should be able to hear. You're on camera again. I feel it. Want me to go to the store and get you the chips you want? What? Want me to go to the store and get you the chips you want? I have a skateboard. Oh, and before I go, I found where you can see me in the movie. It's not too much, but you can see it. You go to about the 10-minute, 40-second mark Basically, watch it from the 10-minute to the 16-minute mark. You'll see me on and on. It's kind of funny. I was bald-headed and I look mad young. Now I'm out, niggas. Later.